Welcome boys. Okay, in this video we're going to be replacing the upstream O2 sensor in this 2001 Plymouth Neon. This is the part we're going to need. A Bosch premium oxygen sensor includes OE Smart Link kit. Whatever the fuck that means. Assembled in the USA. Why is this thing not wanting to focus? Alright, maybe it wants to focus now. In any case, here's what you're going to need to do. First order of business is remove that heat shield. That thing was over there, affixed to the back of the engine with a 13mm. About here. Where that thing was. And then I also removed this piping for the PCV. It was attached here and runs along down over to there. So with that out of the way, you can spray your penetrating lube down there on your O2 sensor. And then your options are to either try a wrench, 7/8 or whatever the metric equivalent of that is, 21mm I think. Or an oxygen sensor removal tool, which I do happen to have, so I'll try. I'm really hoping to God this goes as well as it did on my E38, which was the easiest oxygen sensor ever replaced, but my luck's not so good, so I imagine this is going to go like it did on the P71, whereas I ended up snapping pipe wrenches and shit off, but we'll see. Yeah, my arm's going to be in your way, but I need to try to feel around here for something to squish or press or something to unclip this. But I can't see shit. And I can't feel shit. I'm guessing it's going to be on the underside where I can't see it. So that has to come up and then pull. Okay. So that's how it goes. And this was how it was attached. So it was as easy as lifting up on this and then pulling. Alright, so let's get our tool. So let's try to use this off-center one, I guess. Really, I need a freaking half-inch drive. Okay, I see how it is. Half-inch drive. Should brought my adapter set out so I could use the swiveling ratchet, but oh well. Alright, boys, moment of truth. Does this thing work? Or are we gonna be fucked? Please budge and don't strip. I think it moved, boys. I'm thinking it did. Still not able to get it by hands, but I might be able to. There we go. Alright, well, now we've budged it loose, I'll go ahead and thread it out the rest of the way and then show you the real thing that you need to know when you do this job. Okay, so we got the old one out. Boom, easy peasy. Probably made easier by this penetrating oil, which is my own mixture of 50% transmission fluid and 50% acetone. Okay, boys, so here's the new sensor, and much to my dismay, apparently all the fancy fucking bullshit on this thing means it's a DIY fucking make the thing yourself. So what I had to end up doing then is just cutting the wires from the factory connector, splicing the new wires into it, heat shrinking it after soldering it, and then fucking electrical taping it. Hopefully that's good enough, and hopefully I got the white wires correct, because there's 2 white wires, 1 gray and 1 black. So assuming I didn't mess them up, this is now plug and play, but not originally. So here's what you're going to do. This comes with some anti-seize on it, but I'm a big fan of more is better. So I'm going to take this anti-seize, and I'm going to put it in the hole, the bung that goes into the exhaust with my finger. You just kind of spread it around in there, and then when you thread this thing in, you thread it in by hand as far as it'll go, you back it out. You thread it in some more, kind of torque it, you back it out. And you do that over and over again until it goes all the way in and mates right up against the bung with your hand. And then at that point, you put just the tool on, not a wrench, not a ratchet, just that tool for the oxygen sensor, and then hand tight, and that's all. That way next time it's not seized on and you can get it off fairly easily. So let's go to the car and do it. Okay, boys, and with that done, screwing it in by hand, threading it out, in and out, in and out, and then taking only this tool and then torquing it to where it stops. We can plug this thing in, and then hopefully we don't get a code. If we do, well, then guess what? We're redoing it. At least switching the 2 white ones anyway. I want the truth, boys. Hopefully we don't have a code. Well, it's running. We ain't got one yet. Alright, let me hook up my scan tool and make sure the O2 sensor's reading properly. Okay, so codes found 0, monitors non-applicable 3, monitors okay 3, and incomplete 4. Alright, see if we have any codes. Let's try stored first. None. Makes sense, lights off. Are there any pending? None pending, also good. Let's go to the live data. Let's just check the oxygen sensor at the moment. Oxygen sensor voltage, bank 1, sensor 1, select. Much more responsive than it was prior to this. Prior to this, it would occasionally move up and down, but it was very slow to respond. Here, it is doing what we want it to do. And since there's no code, I don't have it, but I will pop it on the screen now to show the code that it was getting before replacing it. Okay, and so this thing is now officially fixed. O2 sensor's repaired. We'll have to wait and see if that evap code comes back or not. And then I didn't film this video, but I also replaced the strut mount on this thing. The rear right strut mount was clunking, and that's because that strut, I guess, failed a long time ago. The owner never replaced it. I replaced the strut a while back, but immediately upon driving it, I could hear it clunking bad back there, and I was like, son of a bitch, strut mount's broke. So, replace that. So just a word of warning, this has nothing to do with the oxygen sensors, but if you do replace any struts or anything like that, buy the mounts, because if not, you're going to be doing that job twice, especially if your mount is bad. Or at the very least, kind of check your mount before you put it back in, and if it's bad, stop all work, put a new mount in. So that's how you replace the oxygen sensor. It was actually easier than I thought it would be, but then again, I did run into the problem with the damn having to freaking solder wires together, which is completely unacceptable. Because if it ain't one thing, it's another. I swear to God, if the oxygen sensor comes out easy, no, it can't be plug and play. No, it's some freaking bullshit going on. But we worked around it. I soldered it off camera. We didn't need to see that. Just make sure that there's 2 white wires, so don't mix them up, would be my only advice. So, all right, we're golden on this beast. So I'm going to go ahead and get it back together, and then call it a boom done. So I'll replace the O2 sensor on our 01 Plymouth Neon. Thanks for watching, boys. Peace.